if it's around lunchtime, would love to buy lunch for you. And then if you come back in 45 minutes, you'll have a full stomach, and you'll also be ready to get up and have the energy to see our beautiful homes here. So I'm totally open to doing that. And if you want to just follow up with Brian and Anita on that, that kind of gives you another out, if you will.
Yeah, that'll be a great idea too, because like on Saturday we did had a few customers waiting on us. But yeah, that's a great idea. I agree.
Yeah, and the better prepared that we can be for those moments, because you are going to get more overrun. You know, like you said, with the marketing now, the way that you're doing it, you've got more people coming in, contacting you on Facebook. You're going to get a lot more of those people that are going to be reaching out to you, or just coming by the location. And so, you know, there's going to be more and more of those situations that you're going to be with somebody and you're going to wonder what you're going to do with them. So being prepared with both that type of binder and like you said, Jack, you know, having something to that nature where maybe they grab a bite to eat on the company, they're able to get that done. I apologize, getting some work done on the house, but it's going to be something that's really going to benefit you, so that you can then focus in on the customer that you're with, because that's what tends to happen. Like we're with somebody, and then you know that these people are over here waiting, they're sitting there and wanting to get something done, and you're like, you're not focused completely on the customer you're with, and it can affect both sales, right? Or both opportunities. And that's the one thing we don't want. Okay.
Yeah.
So being better prepared for those situations is always going to be in your best interest. It's always going to be something that you want to get done. Now, with that being said, right, the thing I wanted to talk about today was bringing in the subject of you know, you've got these homes, you've got the homes ready for move-in. Now, what is it that you can do on your end to be able to obviously speed up the process or the decision-making process for your customers, right? And we already talk about in the training, you know, that we've done, we spoke already about how a great interview is going to help you be able to move them along, right? Because you're asking the right questions, you're getting them to move forward. And also in showing the right homes that fit the budget, that's going to help out as well. But the thing is, let's say they decide, yes, hey, Naomi, we want to go ahead and we want to get this done. We're going to submit our application. We're going to get the application in for the community. We want to get an application in for financing. So how do we move this deal forward quickly, right? And the one thing that always seems to kind of slow things down a lot on the finance side of things is waiting on conditions, pay stubs, W-2s, things of that nature. Yeah. Now, luckily, most people nowadays, they get paid and they can easily get them on their phone, right? A lot of people have the app. They can download their pay stubs. They can download their W-2s. And you want to make sure that you're being intentional about that and making sure that you're slowing down at the time, especially that they say, yes, let's move forward, let's get this done. You want to make sure at that point you're really slowing this process down while you have them there to get all the details that you need from your application, to be able to slow them down and say, hey, okay, now we're going to need pay stubs, W-2s, IDs, social security cards, bank statements, all these things, which most of those, if they don't have them on them, they can get them from their phone, right? But don't be in a rush. I run across a lot of housing consultants over the years that they're in a rush to move on and get them out of the office because they feel they got the deal done. They said yes, and now I just want to rush through it to be able to just be done with them and move on and move forward to something else or another call or whatever it may be. Always keep in mind that if you can spend, if a customer decided that they were wanting to go ahead and move forward with a purchase with you, you want to invest, you're going to invest anywhere from 3, 4, sometimes even 5 hours with the customer. But you want to get as much information as you can up front. Download the pay stubs, get the W-2s. If they've got their tax returns, a lot of folks use TurboTax, things of that nature, or they have copies of their tax returns in their email that maybe their CPA sent to them. Get everything that you can. If you're getting tax returns, if it's a self-employed person, you know you got to get every page of the tax return. All right, don't just take the 10 the 1040, right? Don't just take the first page. You know you need P&Ls. You know you need all these, everything, the schedule sheet. So make sure you're getting everything. So one thing, and I believe you've got it, is if you don't have it now, make sure you have a list of all the conditions that you need. And what I always did in the past was I had the condition, and whatever things they gave me right then and there, I was scratching them off, right? Okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. And then whatever was left, I highlighted for them, and then I gave them a copy of that list, right? And obviously you want to find some sort of way, just like Jack had spoken about earlier, where maybe you have a gift card. Maybe you guys work something out where you've got some sort of incentive. If you get me all of the remainder of these things in the next 24 hours, we're going to provide you X, whether it's, and I don't know, we used to do like either a washer and dryer or a TV. TVs are inexpensive, right? Whatever you guys can work out, that may be something you want to think about internally, Jack, and
yeah, and thank you for mentioning that, because that's something we can totally do. And there's two things I just wanted to comment on, if you don't mind. First, I'm glad you're spending the time on this, because if there's one kind of hang up, if you will, in the process in getting people fully approved, is getting all their information. So I'm glad that you're spending time on it. What I get, for the lack of a better term, a little bit frustrated with is that we get all these applications in, and it seems like it's taking forever between our community application and then the financing, which in this case, the majority of the time is through Zippy. And, part of it is, I think that, and we're getting better from a logistics and corporate support standpoint. We also have this software program that we've had some glitches with, that's Yardi, and I think we're getting better there. And then I appreciate you kind of laying out the urgency of getting all that paperwork up front, so we don't have to chase down the customer down the road, and that just slows up the process. And in fact, to the point where they may just walk away because it just becomes too burdensome, and they're not quite as desirous as time goes on to get that information to it.
Of course, yes, and that's one of the things that we run across a lot.
So, and as you know, mentioned is back to those gift cards again. Is you can use those for if somebody wants to go to lunch before they take the tour or after, or maybe you use it for special situations.